Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and our home team. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, Brown 80!
Here we go.
Orange cross 4.
Check 50. Slam.
Plus correct.
Check.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rivers. He completes it to Henry. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Check, 380! 380!
Check 55.
0.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
Running on first down, Eckler. A gain of 3, second down.
Check 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Alpha! Hey, easy. Hey, here we go.
Check 13. Check 13. Check 31. Check 31.
Hey, Delta! Get on!
Throwing, Rivers. On the screen, this is Eckler. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
40 worth the month. 40 worth the month. Check.
Rivers now from the 50. Open man is Cantrell. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Watch twins. Watch twins. SOS, SOS.
Keep it skinny.
SOS, SOS, SOS.
Greystone, travel. Load it. Load it.
Watch the twins. Wide.
Wait, 89.
Now running the jet sweep with Benjamin. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but it definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Ready.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Check back.
12. Hey, go orange.
Hey, check 24.
Hey, 79. 79.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Wait.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
No. Off.
6. Run 80. Hey, ready.
Switch.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check. Kill. Turn up.
They run with a former Eagle and Dolphin, Jay Ajayi. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Joker. 59. Shoot. Check 99.
Here's Ajayi. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And with a play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set. 19. Crunch time, defense.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Check. 94.
Out of the gun, Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
24. 24. No.
They run with Ajayi. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Switch. Jim. Get in line.
From the gun, here's Watson. Now he's forced out left. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 23.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Rush in. Check 52.
Now it's Ajayi. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
This is Ajayi. Ajayi, a first down and more. And he's brought down after a very nice game. That burst good for 20 and a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't. Hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Jay Ajayi, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon.
79.
Safety's creeping. He's coming.
22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber.
3rd and short yardage. Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Here we go.
3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3. Just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Rivers with a 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far.
10. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash, crash. Check.
Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Set. 180. Red Delta.
Watch the screen. Shift. Watch the shift. Check 43.
Protein spill.
Shift. Save. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Delta.
To throw on 3rd down. Rivers, and caught by Henry. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Texans' 43-yard line.
Set. 190. Hey, Rocket.
55 to Mike.
Blue draw Corker.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. Here's Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 26. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade, Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations, so he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad. Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
We ain't beginning to clear you up. Don't get nervous.
Red Delta! Buffalo one, Buffalo one.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Rivers, he leaves to Eckler on the draw. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Check me 90. Select the piece. White.
Defense. 49. Check 49.
White.
Check nickel.
White.
Out. Kill.
Get high.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Badgley's kick is good. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
That's fielded in the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one. and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. Watson on third down. Got an open man. It's QT. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
49 the mic. Watch 49. Push him back. 31. Push him back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Buying time to his left. It's complete. Stills. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 15 yards. The Texans pick up the first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Check, check. Lucky. 55. 59.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On first down, it's Watson. And Stills bringing it in. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check 3. Check 9. Check 13. 24.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Don't get nervous. Your mic, come on, truck. Watch the screen.
A shotgun snap for Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
John
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Watch twits. SOS.
Buffalo one. Cluster.
Check three.
Behind.
Watch the twits.
A run there on 1st down going nowhere as he stopped right at the 25. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Topper! Round!
41's the mic. Check.
Go!
Hey, they scared.
Hey, here we go. Wait, 89!
From the gun, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Check the backer.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. Here's Ty Long now. And some of the game for either team. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
What's that? 19! We own it! No. 24 down, he's coming.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Watson. And that pass is going to be intercepted by the All-Pro DB Desmond King. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here is Eckler. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
At the 49-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Play action now. Rivers looking deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start out on the ground with a jive. That one good for 33 and a first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Switch. 49, guys. Mike, switch up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
We won. Come to my world. Alert. 49. March 49. Let's go, D. 49, guys. Mike, 49. I'm going to go.
Watson operating from the gun. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Rush in.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kenny Stills, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 26 times coming into this year. But work to do here if he wants to add another notch to the belt. Throwing on 2nd down. Rivers. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey, Delta! Behind!
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch safety creep.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Safety's creeping.
Hey, easy, easy. Behind!
The Chargers go here. It's Rivers. Completes it to Benjamin. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey,
Rivers now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down.
X3, 218, chopper.
Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1.
Behind!
Again, it's Rivers. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down.
Brings up second and 7 at the 42-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Load it! Load it! Bravo! Behind!
They go play action. Rivers. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
A first down run, good for about 3. Second and 7 coming up. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7.
Brings up second and 7 at the Chargers' 46-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up second and 7.
Hey, 31! 36!
Mark 49 weapon. Oh, yeah, I'm echo. Check 49. Shit.
Out to go! Down to go!
Throwing now, Watson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Switch. Check. Front. 3.
Give me 5!
Go. Choose the Mike. Watch Mike. I'm going to come back to you.
Watson. He gets it to Thomas. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
Texans.
Watson now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's first and 10.
He's checking crap.
Now they try the right side here. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the Chargers' 40-yard line.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Houston, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get it off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh baby, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred.